deities, Sri Sri Gandharva Giridhari Ji Bhagwan. And then there is when you are entering, there is a museum where you can see, not today because you are all heading towards many other places in Calcutta. And then there are 3 rooms in which Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada used to meet his guests, many of his disciples. They used to stay here, and this is the place where he used to have his Baitak. Baitak means he used to deliver lectures. This is the same terrace, and this is the same staircase in which Srila Prabhupada very, what can I say, he never wanted to come actually. His friend Naren Malik, he pushed and pulled and he brought him here, and here is the historical place and historical words exchanged between Guru and disciple. Because this place, both of them met, so we are having safari today here. And here, 3 brahmacharis, all of us, we stay, we seek your blessings. We have Parananda Prabhu here, and then we have Damodar Devananda Prabhu, he is in some service, and other 6 devotees we are serving here. We have more than 250 congregation. 4 years back we restored this place. You will see some pictures of the old building. There are so many other things happen, and how this place is very important, that we will be hearing from His Holiness Bhakti Vigna Vinasan Nishinga Maharaj. It's our great pleasure to welcome all of you from different parts of the world, proper disciples, sannyasis, spiritual masters, and also Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, my God brothers and God sisters. I am so happy to see all of you, and we were waiting from 3 o'clock actually. And India is India, and that also in Bengal, Hare Krishna. So the Prime Minister, the Modi ji is also here, and you are also here. The Prime Minister is here, and you are also here. And what a wonderful assembly. I feel that our renovation is successful today because all of you came here. And how beautiful it is. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted Prabhupada to go to the West and preach Krishna consciousness. He went and brought all of you here. What a tribute to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And I really thank His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj for arranging this Kolkata Yatra, and all the sannyasis and spiritual masters of our society, and each and every one of you, from the core of my heart, thank you very much for coming here. My heart is melting. I'm becoming emotional spiritually by seeing all of you here. Thank you so much. And I'm meeting Baladev Guru after a long time. So it's a great pleasure to be here, and special thanks to Marichi Prabhu. Marichi Prabhu's hard work, and he was with me for, and I won't say eating my brain, but I must say that he is so eager to serve all of you, this Vaishnav. He is so kind and affectionate to love his Guru and all of you. I can see that he is having so much kindness in his heart to serve all of you. And thank you very much, Marichi Prabhu, to bring all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. May I request His Holiness Bhakti Vigna Vinasan Nishinga Swami Maharaj, who is also Srila Prabhupada disciple and inspiration for all of us, and especially in my life, he is one of the important person who always inspired me to love Gurudev, my spiritual master, and always encouraging me to serve Prabhupada mission. May I request Maharaj to bless us with his words and about this place. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Ananga Mohan Prabhu. Ultadanga Junction Road. Ultadanga Junction Road is well known in Kolkata. It's a very well-known area. And somewhat, when the devotees first of all acquired this property, it was quite dilapidated, we could say. It was run down, It was not in good condition at all. It hadn't been used for some time. So they did a lot of work to bring it up to what it is today, where it's really very impressive. His Holiness Bhakti Nrsinga Swami was just saying to me, he said, oh my, he said, if we had a centre like this in London, it would be a big attraction. So here we are in Kolkata, and certainly it's a very good attraction. It's very nice. So we heard, certainly it was here. It was in the year 1922 when our own Bhaktivedanta Swami, while he was a young grihasta, he was with his friend, and his friend was telling him that, I met this really nice sadhu, and you should come and meet him. And Srila Prabhupada said to him, oh, I've seen so many sadhus, I'm so sick of them. They're very poor quality, they're not genuine, and I don't have any faith or trust in them. Of course, at that time, our own founder Acharya was a follower of Gandhi. And as a follower of Gandhi, he was dressed in the khadi, the white khadi cloth which the followers of Gandhi all wore that time. It was like a protest against the cloth which was being imported from the UK. They were wearing the hand-loom khadi cloth. And sometimes you see, here they have khadi bhavans. Khadi bhavan, they sell the khadi cloth, which is very nice. It's very comfortable to wear in the summer and in the winter. It's warmer than the mill cloth. Anyway, Prabhupada was in his khadi, and reluctantly came with his friend, and they came in, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada was here in this roof, and they walked in, and as they walked in, then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati immediately addressed them that, you're a nice young man, why don't you teach the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And Srila Prabhupada replies how? He responded by saying, our country is not independent yet. At that time, India was still under the British rule. So Srila Prabhupada, as a follower of Gandhi, Gandhi was always promoting independence for India. And certainly Srila Prabhupada thought this would be a good thing. So when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati spoke to him about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, he responded by saying, no, India has to get independence first, and then only it will be effective to take up Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada immediately responded and told him, no, you are wrong. The mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so important, it cannot wait for some political adjustment. And this Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati then went on to explain how the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is beyond all kinds of material considerations. And the fact that India was a colony of the British Empire was not very important in terms of propagating the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Prabhupada said he was impressed. He said, I was defeated. that usually he would win his arguments, but on this occasion he had been defeated, and he understood that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada was a very powerful spiritual personality. So that was 1922, and then Prabhupada explained, he said, at that time I was a young man, recently married, we had a child. He said I couldn't really think about taking up any missionary work. And somehow the contact was lost, and Prabhupada later on had moved over to what was then known as Allahabad, and now it's called Prayagraj, and he was doing his business. He had a pharmacy business. It was called Prayag Pharmacy. Srila Prabhupada was somewhat of a chemist and also a Ayurvedic doctor, and he would make some kind of medicines. Anyway, he had some pharmacy business, and he had his pharmacy there in Prayagraj. 1933, when the Gaudiya Math came there, and they had come to his shop, and they said, we heard you were a pious man, we've come to meet you. And then Srila Prabhupada realized that this was the same person he had met previously in Calcutta in 1922. And so Srila Prabhupada made friendship with those men, and he would go to the Gaudiya Math there in Allahabad, and then he got initiation. It was, I think, 1933. Yeah, the same year they met, he got initiation. And but Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he disappeared 1936. So Srila Prabhupada said, I only had a few opportunities to associate with my Guru Maharaj. He said 4 or 5 times I met him. He said that was all. He said, but he said, I never forgot all of his instructions to me. And so the beginning was here in this place in 1922. As we heard, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was here from 1918 to 1930. So for 12 years he was operating here. And later on they opened it. They have a big temple in Bag Bazaar, the Gaudiya Math temple there, marble temple, big, very beautiful place. Prabhu, you did the book about Kolkata with the photographs. I'm bringing that, yeah. So he published a book about different sites in Kolkata, and one of the pictures is at Bag Bazaar, Gaudiya Math, and it looks very beautiful. When you see the pictures, it's very nice. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was not so satisfied, because he saw his disciples all thinking about being comfortable and living comfortably in the place. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada said, better we sell the marble and print books. He didn't want devotees just living comfortably. And similarly, Srila Prabhupada also told us, he said, our temples are not a place just for us to eat and sleep, but they're a base for us to go out and fight Maya. That is our business, that we stay in the temple not to be comfortable and not just to be eating and sleeping, but to go out and preach and distribute the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu everywhere. So, and this way, here in Calcutta, our devotees work very hard, distributing a lot of books, and we can see from the different places we've been visiting how big the congregation is here. We had a program at Saptagram, there was about 10,000 people came. that day. And tomorrow we have another big program. There will be 3,000 to 4,000 people there tomorrow. We just had a program just now in Panihati, not Panihati, the Jagannath Bari, yeah. And my goodness, the crowd. Unbelievable. So many people. The place was just packed, you know. So very, very active preaching is going on here in Kolkata. But Prabhupada was not thinking small, he was always thinking big. You know, one time, when the devotees had first come to India, they were looking for land in Vrindavan. And one devotee, you know, Prabhupada wanted to get some land and build a temple. One devotee suggested to Prabhupada, why don't we just get a little place in Bhat Bazar and we can make a center there, like that. But Prabhupada looked at him and said, he said, you know, I cannot think small. I have to do something big for my Guru Maharaj. This was Prabhupada's mood, you know. He didn't like to do anything small. He had to shoot the rhinoceros, right? So, certainly, I think Srila Prabhupada would feel very pleased to see all the preaching which is going on here in Kolkata and in Bengal. Generally, in India, India is certainly a success story. To see all the wonderful centers which have developed in different places in different parts of India, and particularly here in Goramandala Bhumi, here in this part, Kolkata, Panihati, these places, so wonderful to see the temples coming up, and not just only temples, but congregations, huge congregations, many people, and they're coming forward, they're getting initiation, studying. So we look forward to seeing more and more development here. Of course, Prabhupada liked to expand. He would send people to other places, you know. It's very nice to preach in India. It's a very different thing when you go out of India and you try to preach. You know, you go to Russia, or you go to China, or you go to Africa. It's a very different experience, you know. It's not at all like being in India. And here in Bengal, Kolkata, you know, this is the land of Mahaprabhu. Everyone knows Gauranga. Yeah, so of course it's not so easy, but definitely there's a big difference in preaching in Africa and India and China, Russia, these places. And Prabhupada wants it. We preach everywhere. Mahaprabhu wanted Nagar Atigram. We have to go everywhere. This was Srila Prabhupada's desire, and certainly Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, and before him Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they wanted that. They had that vision. They saw the need for preaching everywhere. Ananga Mohan Prabhu himself, he was going regularly to Bangladesh because he's a fluent Bengali preacher. Did you go to Thailand? And he went to Thailand also, did some preaching there in Thailand. He does very nice kirtan, and with a group of kirtaniers they went to Thailand and had nice programs. So like this we have to think. You know, think of the world first and then think of yourself. This was how Prabhupada trained us, like that, thinking of the world. Okay, so Bhagavad Amrita Prabhu is here. He is also a Prabhupada disciple. He has many years experience of preaching. He will also tell us more, and then Bhakti Nrsinga Swami Maharaj is there too. I'm sure they will both like to say something. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Yes, His Grace, His Holiness Bhaktivinoda Vinas Narasimha Swami Maharaj was talking about the book. One thing I see, His Grace Ananga Mohan Prabhu is an artist, no? His hands, his lotus hands are in every single detail here in this building on how to restore this place, of course together with the beautiful team of devotees who are supporting and working together on this, and as well as this book. This is the book that the first copy is free for his grace Bhagavatamrita Prabhu. It's actually, look at this book. This is like a, and this is the photo of the deity of Gandharvika Giridhari. Jai, Hare Krishna. Gandharva Giridhari. Haribol. Yes, anyone want the book? It's a very complete book. So, you can get it downstairs. They have a small shop there. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prestaya Bhutale, Srimate, Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamani, Namaste Saraswati Devi, Gaura Vani Pracharani, Nirvisesa Sundavadi Vaskaja. Okay. First, it's always a great surprise to come here. I came here before, I had my wife and I had my son. So we were from Italy, Italian descendant. And when we come here, we saw this pristine renovation with the international standard. And you can, I was surprised to find such beauty, right here. And we inquired about who did this job, and how it came about. So it was very surprising, everything very tasty, very well done. And downstairs, on the way they did it, the paintings, the doors, everything, you see the details. They say the devil is in details. Here the angels are in the details too. Very beautiful. So also, okay, see, this is national heritage property. The government was with that. Plus you get prize, cleanest heritage of India. So this is Prabhupada thinking big. You do something first class, 100% on the ball. And this is, now I'm proud to be here because the architecture, the renovation, it created an ambience. Immediately put you at peace with devotion in the heart. It's true. Okay, see the greens and the flowers, and the rooftop. And you can just see Prabhupada walking through that door, pushed by, was it Narendra Malik? Come, no, come on. And he pushed, and he sees Bhaktivedanta. You can see the whole scene here in front of you. It's so easy, you can grasp it within your heart, because we all the same, in a sense. We all a little bit in the same situation. But I have, well, before I go to that part, I just want to mention something. Some of the photos in here you can see is the before the renovation, and you can see the extensive work they did in here, which is amazing. Some of those photos in the wall that's downstairs, there's some more. Okay, so there's many God brothers of mine. They have extensive association Prabhupada. They were secretaries, so we read Transcendental Diary, and we read online every Wednesday. and it's beautiful stories, Prabhupada managing the society and everything. And all these devotees, they have extensive association, Prabhupada. Me, I was a little bit of the guy in the trenches, always Sankirtan. I say I'm a Mayapur devotee, but I was never like more than 3-4 days in Mayapur. The Sankirtan then comes in. By the time you relax, time to go out again. Our thing is to be out there distributing books. We went to Rajasthan, Assam, we opened up South India, all kinds of things, Bangladesh. So, and just now I was hearing, I'm thinking, Prabhupada, he has the same type of association that us in the trenches we got. Some of my good brothers, I have one good brother, he is a state of association, Prabhupada, and I love that devotee. Prabhupada was in this temple in America, and there was a corridor, and he was chanting, and then he said, no, I gotta go in the bathroom. So he sees a door, he opens the door, and Prabhupada there is chanting in the room. And Prabhupada stopped and said, yes. And it's nothing from the bathroom, something like that, and it's curly away, And this was the status association from Prabhupada. Now, we don't want to be too extreme, but Prabhupada has, 3 times the association with Guru Maharaj, 1 time a year. And then there was Vrindavan, and then one, that's before Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur left. And that's one more, that was about to Allahabad or whatever, right? That's when he said, you print books, he gives that order there. So Prabhupada had very little association too, like 3 times. It's not like he was all the time, next to his Gurudev, drinking the nectar of his association, seeing everything he does. You see, he was hearing about his Guru from his god brothers at that time, but Prabhupada saw his Guru 3 times. And that was sufficient for him just to, carry on what he asked him for the first time. You see, which is like he took to heart and he nourished that, he protected, and he never gave up to the idea of going to the West. And because I think what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, I think what he said is that you are a young man, very intelligent. Why don't you take this message of Lord Chaitanya to the people in the Western world? I think he said that. Perhaps I'm not so, but I think that's what he said, right? Yes. Take this to the Western world. You see, so that is stuck in his heart. You see, and he protected that instruction. He nourished, and quietly he carried his life. Just like today we heard about Raghunath Das. And Lord Chaitanya said, what are you doing? What do you want to be a sadhu for? Go back, you're just a normal person. So in a sense, Prabhupada, he was like the normal person, but with incredible potential, waiting to flourish. And he did his time. He did his duty. He did everything. He served the devotees in Allahabad, right, in Prayag. He was a outstanding member at that time, doing what he could do. Some of us are gihastas, some of them with children. We have family, and we think, how can I do? How can you can't. You go, your whole family go and surrender to Krishna. I think that's the best position. Wife, children, everything. You become like, a brahmachari gihasta or something, detached, but doing your dutiful with great spirit and dedication. So, Prabhupada, he carried on. Even this, when it's about to go to the Jaladuta, the senior company, the CEO, the lady there, she said, well, Swamiji, why are you going there? Just sit comfortably. Go to Vrindavan, now everybody your age, they're sitting, they're chanting, you can do, you have done enough already. Just sit and chant and relax. And Prabhupada said, no, I must do this. I must do this. And he did it with great sacrifice. You see, he did it because he was seeing each one of us here. He was seeing maybe from the very beginning here. But Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupada, what he saw, Prabhupada also saw. Like, we're not the only ones. 50 years from now, 200 years from now, who is going to be here? Your great-great-grandchild will be here. And that is big amount of people that are going to be here because Prabhupada said, I must fulfill the order of my spiritual master. And sometimes it looks impossible to do. How can he do this? Does he have like a super plan? His plan was to get to America, see if I could turn left or right. And even that famous 40 rupees he had in his pocket, the truth is, he didn't have the 40 rupees. When he was going to the boats, to the Jaladota, to the ship, he asked his son, do you need any money? Okay, here he gave the 40 rupees to his son. So Prabhupada was zero. So how did he get the money? He sold his Bhagavatams to the ship captain. That's how he got the money. You see, when he gets to America. So Prabhupada was a quintessential book distributor, to give the transcendental literatures out. Prabhupada went to America. He went there not to do temples. Yes, that is there. He went there to distribute his Bhagavatam. You see, he went there to distribute his Bhagavatam. Because in the Bhagavatam says, this is the light of the world. People will get light from this Purana. We have to read that verse again and again. There's nothing in this world, and some of us have a little bit of age, you cannot find anything that gives light the way the Bhagavatam gives light. And that is the beautiful thing, that's the beautiful Bhagavatam. That's what they call it. This is the beautiful Bhagavatam. Right? This is the light of the world. And people, they cannot see yet. Just like Prabhupada coming to America. Swamiji, why are you doing here alone? I'm not alone. I have many temples, many devotees. You cannot see them yet. You see, so the light of the Bhagavatam, it's there. People cannot see yet. But more and more, like the sun morning, it coming up, and dissipate the darkness, and more people can see. People can start to understand incredible knowledge that is the Bhagavatam, knowledge, astronomy, philosophy, theology, Ayurveda, all kinds of knowledge, the position of our position in this material world in terms of Earth, planet, and everything else. It's amazing knowledge. And one day, people will give, credence. They'll acknowledge that the powerful Bhagavatam. Because I see that they have nothing sometimes. They have manuscripts, they have a little bit here and there, and they try to build up a whole system of understanding the world by philosophical, theological means. And it's very good. But the Bhagavatam can give a final destination of light, for those who are seeking, and pursue this light to their satisfaction. Okay? So, I want to have a question here, but the Prabhu left. First of all, my question is, when Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, he was here, he was from a certain period of time, he was here all the time. Did he ever went back to Mayapur? He went back and forth like that? He was his base here, not in Mayapur anymore? How is that? Yes, so here, he was not going to Mayapur. Yeah? Let's have the, you can ask later. And I have a question also for all the sadhus in here, particularly our beautiful, strong sannyasis. Prabhupada, I never see that Prabhupada studied Sanskrit. And he has extensive knowledge of Sanskrit. He translated the whole Bhagavatam. And I was wondering, how did he acquire this knowledge?
He studied Sanskrit.
He studied.
When he was in Scottish Church School.
Really? Okay, all right, so that is the answer. He studied in the Scottish school, and I didn't know that. He has some extensive knowledge of Sanskrit. Okay, so thank you for this opportunity to speak. And Kolkata is also special because we did a lot of preaching here. We did life members here. A lot of the Maori. There's the Maori area. There's the Bengali area. There is the Sindhi area. So there's different areas in here, and that's the versions, different versions. They stay in different places. So we did beautifully here a lot of membership, and we did a lot of book distribution, which was in Hindi, Bhagavad Gita, I think there was Katha in Hindi, and some books in English, back to Godheads and everything. So our boat, we used to do the Nitai Pada Kamala, which we have some nice ideas maybe for Safari 2027. I don't want to, I don't want to push you on that. But our boat came to here in Babugat. We stopped our Nitai Pada Kamala in Babugat, and at that time you could get a massage for like maybe 2-3 rupees. I don't remember. But those massages not like Thailand massage, they go, this guy's like a train wreck. Yeah, like you come out, you come out good, but wow, those guys have iron grips, those Babugat Wallas, and so we stay there, we come take prasada in the temple, then we go preach, then we come back at night, go back in the boat like that. So I just go to one pastime in the boat. I'll be ready here. Okay, so we are in the boat, and here around Calcutta, generally we park the boat in the middle of the river. I guess it's a natural survival instinct. So you have water everywhere, so you can see who's coming, who's not. So we sleep. There was like a roof on top. And there's a cell, it goes down. So we cover ourselves with the cell. It's a little dirty, is the pillow, watching the stars, and that's how we used to sleep in there. It was not raining. So this time, we see, it's kind of 11 o'clock at night, kind of late, even for Bengal. So we see there's a boat coming. Maybe the chief of Daikots are coming. I didn't send anybody, but they may have come. I don't know. So there was a particular devotee there. He said, "Hey, everybody, something's going on. Look, the boat is coming. They're going to rob us or something. We have nothing here. Just Gordy tight. Okay, you two, you guard Gordy tight. We stay here. We get them if they come. What about if they have machetes or something? We push them away, with the paddles or something. So we have whatever we could hand. We have paddles. We have, the cell thing. It's coming. When it comes to the boats, one guy raised the hand. Hey, Bo! Do you have prasad? Come on, man. We all back in there. There was some kitty from the evening time. Oh, Hare Krishna, the boat is rocking, we're doing one kirtan there, that was like amazing. So those are the pastimes of the boat. And that's another thing you should know. When you're around here in Kolkata, in Brazil, we have a thing called the Pororoca. It's like the Amazon push the ocean far. And when the ocean goes up, the tide goes up, it pushes the river back. That creates a wave. So we have a little bit of a Pororoca here also. That the Ganga pushes the ocean out, and then the ocean pushes the Ganga back. And one time we were in the boat, you see, and suddenly the boat started rocking. This is an earthquake. But wait a second, we're in the water. There's no earthquake in the water. There was that wave coming back, and we're shaking the boat, and we're not dancing. And the pots, the kids are playing, falling, everything. parking was a scary moment, and so we learned to figure out, how to park and how to prepare for the daily. Why not start planting the seed, right? Why not the real Ganga Safari this time? We just I was recruited. Let's go to the boat, and they got me. And Satvik was there, was there. Anyway, and we go up and down the Ganga. We did a lot of good preaching. How they started, I don't have it, because it was a little bit before my time. Who came with the idea? But it's not slow. But I know that at one point the Majis, the Maji is the people that manage. No, they take care of the boat, right? We're not boatmen. Sometimes you have to go against the flow of the Ganga. So what they do, they get a huge rope from the top of the mast, and they go in the bank and they pull the boat, the pulling. Two people pulling the boat. One guy is steering, and the boat going against the current. When it goes in the current, it goes very fast. So these guys, for some reason, they stole the boat. Look at that. Everything is possible in this world. The boat disappeared. It was not a parking ticket, I can tell you. So they took, and we got, to make a story short, we got the boat back after like 2-3 years later, maybe even more, because those guys, they kind of took away the roof, they make it too, because it was a fishing boat, they make up again looking like a fishing boat, and they put there in Sundarbans. There was hiding between some trees in there or something. But some guy knew where it was. He got some bribe money. He come and show us where it was. But that's not, it's not as simple as, oh, that's our boat, so let's take it. Now we have to go to the police, we have to go to the court system, we have to prove the boat is ours, for some, advanced sorcery, magical documentation and everything. And, and that took a while. Because, they say one thing, that also, those guys, this boat is ours, blah, 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 but they couldn't prove anything, and they make some assertions, but the courts finally, they said, okay, they rule in our favor, and then finally we got possession. Then went there, we got the boat is in Mayapur right now. He was reconstructed, and then again, he went in a disrepair, just like it was displaced before. A little bit, because, why? Because nobody wants to go in the boat anymore. It's too difficult to steer, this and that. They want to go car, you're there in a minute, you buy something in the market, you don't have to do so much endeavor. The boat is an adventure just by itself. You have to bathe in the Ganga, you have to do everything, walking, traveling in the boat. You have a beautiful program, morning program, evening program. It's like a floating temple. So unfortunately, there was, I don't want to say anything, my fellow brahmacharis here, but they don't feel like, we should go on the boat for some reason. It's not too hard, it's like they cannot do the austerity, It's too slow for them. They go fast with the cars, they go, just like here, in 2-3 towns, in one day. The boat is a little bit different. It has a pace of its own. So thank you very much. Please bless me. One day I want to go back in that boat. All of us maybe. Yeah, we go the Super Pada, Nitai Pada Kalama. If Nitai has such a big heart, he can fit all of us in there. What do you say? Hare Krishna, thank you. I'm still in this book. Chief of Daikots, thank you. Thank you. So, can we request His Holiness
Okay, we are waiting now. Any minute, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami will arrive. Today he will be exhausted because he gave the Srimad Bhagavatam class today in Mayapur early morning, and then he traveled also from Mayapur to Kolkata, but he missing the Safari devotees very much. We also missing him, so we're going to have his darshan, his association any minute. Haribol. I thought this is such a wonderful place to sing. Here we already hear the glories of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Let's chant the holy name in this place for a few minutes. Maybe I will request Madhaveva or Madhava Prabhu just to sing some bhajans. You have a harmonium here? You want to sing with harmonium? Someone can help to bring the harmonium. I would like to, this is actually some gift for Bhakti Narasimha Swami. Is he here? Okay. Yes, earlier, Ananga Mahaprabhu gifted this book to His Holiness Bhakti Vigna Narasimha Swami Mother. Very beautiful book. I'm very impressed for this book to read about Srila Prabhupada here in Kolkata. So we humbly request the devotees to wait here on the roof until His Holiness Pataka Swami arrives. Because the space downstairs is very small, and then we have to be very organized. Now when he comes, he will be there, he will take darshan of the deities, and then we're going to have also his association. Just for a few minutes only, probably will be short, but very sweet.
Babuji, you coming here?
We will announce up or abajo or arriba.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasani Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Everyone together. Jai Shri. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
নিচে চলে যাচ্ছেন মাথায় আসবেন না উপরে What about the